Hi guys, welcome to my coffee show. My name is Jack and today we're going to talk about water. Yes, water. Water is kind of important. Why? Well, because without water there is no coffee, without coffee there is no life. So, kind of obvious. Hard water, I think, is the biggest killer for espresso machines. In London, the water is terrible. It's very, very hard. I remember some time ago I had a nice Creme 1 duo boiler and it took not even 4 months for the water to damage certain parts of the machine, and I did use the water filter. If your machine is plumbed, there are some certain filters that you can connect to the pipes, but that's for another day. I'm going to compare a few ways of filtering the water today. If you're interested, I will also put my affiliate links for Amazon in the description. You pay the normal price, I may get some small commission. Great way of supporting the channel. First of all, we will use the Brita filter. We will also use BWT filters. We will use ECM pouch filter. We will also use the PIC, that's a UK-made PIC Water Jug and PIC filters. So something I haven't tried before, so that's just arrived today. Maybe just the bottled water is enough, so we will compare the bottled water as well. I will use a cheap papers to check how hard the water is. So this is not a scientific test. I will just show you a few ways you will make your own conclusions. But first, let's test how hard my tap water is. Maybe I don't need anything. Pure tap water. Let's have a look. Let's test it first. They actually detect calcium, and the calcium deposits of calcium, that's what's causing the lime scale buildup. I dump it into the water for a few seconds and you immediately see it's very dark. So I would say it's probably this one or that one, so kind of top of the scale. Let's say it's 425. Let's talk about the Brita first. Widely available, almost everybody know it. Relatively cheap. 3 filters cost about £15. Each filter lasts for about 100 liters of water. You can buy a similar jug with one filter for about £15 as well. So, definitely there is a difference. It was here with the plain water. Now Brita, definitely at least 1, maybe 2. So something in between 180 and 250. Now, BWT filters, that's the filters that I normally use. I use them, plus I also put the ECM pouch into the jug. You can use the same jug as for the Brita filters, or you can get a special jug made by the BWT. You can use one filter for up to 120 liters of water, so a little bit more than a Brita. You get a pack of 4 filters for around £15, or you can get a jug and 1 filter for around £25. When I changed the filters, I followed the instructions, so I did exactly what the producer recommended when you get a new filter. Okay, so that's definitely the lowest score so far. That's actually pretty good, to be honest. I'm impressed. Okay, not here, not here, not here. This one I would say between 120 and 180. Now, ECM pouch filters, they're slightly different. So the previous ones, the water was running through and filtering. This one you put into either the jug or you can even put into the water tank. But they don't work immediately, okay? Don't have exact numbers, but I like to leave it overnight. So this one I kept for about 12 hours. Very cost effective. I mean, they say that they last up to 3 months, and you pay around £14 for the bag. Difficult to get. I bought them from Bella Barista. You can check with them. I would say they are probably similar to a Brita. Now, obviously there are different bottles of waters. To be honest, I've chosen this one because the level of calcium in this one was relatively low when you compare with the other ones. So now let's see how the bottle of water reads on the scale. Okay, so that's actually, I guess, that's even better than the BWT. So using the bottled water could be a solution. So to me, this one looks like in between 80 and 120. Now we will try the most expensive product today. So that's the Peak jug and Peak filters. This jug with one filter costs around 55 pounds. Filters, you get two types of filters. One is precision, and the other one is endurance. I'm not sure how much the endurance is because I could only find the precision. The endurance obviously can filter more water, up to 120. Precision ones between 40 and 80, depending how well you want them to filter. Now, yes, this jug allows you to choose the level of filtration. So they say you can basically remove all minerals from the water if you wish so. We don't use distilled water for a few reasons. First of all, it's not good for your health. But then again, it's not good for your coffee, which is even more important. You need some TDS in the water for the tasty cup of, especially for the tasty cup of espresso. Two precision filters for this one cost around 25 pounds. So the most expensive jug and the most expensive filters. Another thing is that they are very difficult to find. Even on a producer's website, they're out of stock. No idea, have they stopped producing? Do they have some issues with producing? I don't know. With Peak Water, you get nice box. I like that it is a UK made, Kickstarter, whatever. They donate part of the profits to some charities. Now inside here, you've got the manual user guide, and that's kind of thick. If you for the water jug, you have a look. But they tell you about everything. And yes, we've got two water tests. So we will try them, and we will also use the test that I used before. Have a look. That's a nice unboxing experience. Great water, great coffee. So this is jug made mostly for coffee users, coffee and tea drinkers. Different colors. I went for this black because I think it looks the best. Apparently that's made out of some very good plastic, so it should be good for your health and so on. Here there is that scale, so you can choose the level of filtration. Here, I guess, where you put the water. Inside, you've got one filter. Inside here, it looks like a sand to me, with some probably some carbon as well. They also use the raisins here, so the kind of a special dual filtration process. You know what, the funny thing is that it took me much longer than I anticipated to put the filter in. Purely my fault. So I'm recording it on another day. You put the filter inside here, but you know, my eyesight, I was recording it at night, my eyesight is not great. I managed to put this filter the other way around, and when you put it the other way around, first of all, you're not able to assemble it properly, and then once I figure out that it is in fact another way around, there was no way to remove it. You've got that ring that you can pull the filter out once it's done, but on the other side there isn't that. So I spent like half an hour trying to figure out how to take off the filter, tightly fitted filter. If it ever happened to you, I'm sure you're much more clever than myself, but if it ever happened to you, I use the pencil and I push it from the bottom. Here you have to set up the dial on the release, then you are able to assemble the filter, and that is more or less how it should look like. First I will test my water, and then we will see what we get, and then we will choose the settings for this filter, whatever they recommend. You are only given 2 stripes to test, so I have to be careful. I don't want to mess it up. That's their scale that we're going to use. To me it looks like 120, maybe slightly darker than 120, but definitely not darker than 180. You need to read the manual to know how to use the water filters for this one. So they recommend to use the setting 3.2 and to filter 1.2 liters of water will take about 1 minute and 30 seconds. Now, because my one was slightly above 120, so I will set it for around 3.5. Okay, so it definitely works, because now is about 80. Would still like maybe 40 on that scale. Here you can see better the colors. Doesn't look like if it was working that well. Slightly on the darkish side, so I will try to set it up once more, but this time I will set it on a maximum. Okay, this one definitely worked. Okay, it's not clear, but definitely there is a difference. Now it looks like in between 80 and 120. Between 80 and 120. So just to be sure, I will use, because so far we got the best results from the bottled water, so I will use the bottled water to compare. And to my eye, it looks precisely the same. Yeah, about the same. So I would say about 80, between 80 and 120. If you are still here, by the way, definitely click like and subscribe. It took much longer. This video took much longer than I thought it will. So I have water from a pick jug that I spent 50 quid on or more. And I will now taste the water, and I will see if I can taste any difference. So water from the jug. Well, it tastes like water. I probably should wash my mouth with something before I taste 2 samples, but no idea what should I wash it with. So the bottle from the bottled water. Yeah, this one tastes softer, but this one is very tasty. I mean, it tastes like water, but it tastes nice. My final conclusions about this water jug, pig water jug. The build quality is okay, but you know what, I think the Brita actually feels better. The plastic here is thin, maybe because it's such a safe plastic, such a good for environment, I don't know, maybe that's why. Also the look, I mean, you will be the judge, yeah, but this one kind of looked cheap to me. You can only filter 1.2 liters of water at the time, but unless I missed something, I don't see the mark. I don't know where exactly is that 1.2 liters. You put too much, it won't filter and the entire amount of water, and then when you pour into the glass, you may have a mixture of unfiltered and filtered water. Only on the setting number 5 I got the calcium level as low as with the bottle of water. To sum up everything, the worst result I got with the tap water. Then Brita wasn't great. I'm sure there are some special Britas for hard water. That ECM pouch by itself wasn't great. I use it in a combination with the other filters. The BWT filters, they were actually not bad. We managed to get a decent result with that. And the most expensive pick was okay on the setting number 5. So that filter I will have to replace the filter like once a month to get that low amount of calcium, but I could go for the bottled water and I would have the same results. Now tell me which water do you use, guys, for your coffee machines? Any experience with the machine failure due to lime scale. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Jack, this is my coffee show, and hopefully I will see you soon. Thank you, bye.